America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please, Mrs. Melcher.
Thank you, Mr. Cannon. Let me get organized here. Showing too many ballots. Okay. Trustee Batuzak.
Present.
Trustee Keys.
Here.
Trustee Patton.
Here.
Supervisor Cannon.
Here.
Trustee Kress.
Present.
Treasurer Gilliam.
Here.
Clerk Meltzer here.
Thank you. And I know that we have people who have public comments. Please give your cards to the chief in the front. We will hear you at the end of the meeting and welcome your 3 minutes of whatever is on your mind. And in the meantime, Mrs. Meltzer, you've got something on your mind too for the election.
I do. Are you ready for me now or? Yeah. Is it okay now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Again, I want to remind everyone that early voting begins this Saturday, October 26th, and will go until November 3rd. And of the 3 locations that we offer, one being right here in the Civic Center, those hours are for 8 hours. Every location has a minimum of 8 hours, and we are open from 8:30 to 4:30 throughout those in the Civic Center throughout October 26th to November 3rd. And then for the other locations, Kensington Church on Hall Road and Faith Baptist Church on 15 Mile Road, those are open also every day, Monday through Saturday, from 8:30 to 4:30, but then on Sunday, because of services, they won't be open until noon, but they'll stay open until 8 p.m. So that's our early voting options. It's just like Election Day, only you're not going to have those long lines. So if you want to utilize that opportunity, feel free to do so. It allows you to put your ballot into the tabulator just like you would on Election Day. If you get an absentee ballot and you haven't submitted it either in one of our 6 drop boxes or in the mail, you can utilize that absentee ballot and convert it into an in-precinct ballot and utilize it and vote that ballot in person. I wanted to let you guys know also there's some confusion on this ballot. Every ballot is different, and those instructions are different, and if you have an absentee ballot or if you come to the precinct on Election Day, directions are different than what they were in the August primary and even in the February presidential primary. So on this ballot, you can cross over. You don't have to stick with one party, but you can do what's called a straight ticket vote. This is the one ballot that you're offered straight ticket voting. Just keep in mind, if you want a majority of your votes are one party, you can hit or fill in that straight ticket oval. If there's a race so that you want to vote in the opposing party, you can still do that by filling in that oval just for that race. And then the computers are programmed to take away that vote from the straight party choice of just that race only and of the races that you choose from. It may be a little confusing, but just take time to read those directions that are given to you, and you'll be able to understand it. And of course, I have workers that know the system and can answer any questions you might have. And then finally, I want to let you know, so far we have mailed out 24,854 absentee ballots, and of those, 52.44% have been returned, and that's in the amount of 13,034 ballots that we've gotten back so far. And then
Thank you. Mr. Gilliam, do you have anything for your office?
No.
That's good. Can we get an approval of the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Cannon?
Roll call, please.
Mr. Cannon?
Yes.
Can I then offer an amendment? I would like to remove item 13 from the agenda.
I don't even have an item 13. I've only got
It
up
was
to
an
11.
add-on late this afternoon. The renaming of the inclusive playground, I believe it's 13.
It says 12.
Yeah,
It's 12. 12, sorry.
I'll support the motion.
If I could speak to it?
Yes.
Okay. As much as we talk about the inclusive playground being our inclusive playground, we are one partner in the development of this inclusive playground. We have certainly contributed. The committee that has raised the money, the Macomb ISD, the ARC of Macomb, they're all active partners in this playground, and I think it would be inappropriate for this body to choose to name it I would hope this idea would go to the Inclusive Playground Committee for consideration, but I think it's the role of the Playground Committee that has been working so hard for so many years to bring their idea as a group, because we are one partner in that committee.
Thank you. Mrs. Patton?
I actually agree with trustee Matuzik. This is something that I looked at as well, and I don't feel like we should hijack the Inclusive Playground Committee, knowing that 4 years, 4 years of working, that all of a sudden we get to try to say, okay, we're gonna choose to rename something. It's not, it wouldn't be fair to them or their work or all the partners that have been a part of it. So I also would like to have this removed, and it can even go to the Inclusive Playground or
Okay, well,
committee.
the motion is to remove it from the agenda, which I didn't even know it was on, because it wasn't on the last time I looked. So we can vote on that first and then the agenda. So vote on the removal of item, is it 13?
12. And
12.
for clarification, was that motion made by you, trustee Matuzak, and
Yes.
seconded by trustee Keys?
Yes.
Okay.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Matuzak?
Yes.
Trustee Keys?
Yes.
Trustee Patton?
Yes.
Supervisor Cannon?
Yes.
Trustee Kress?
No.
Treasurer Gilliam?
Yes.
Clerk Meltzer? Yes. Motion
Thank you. Now,
passes to
for the
remove.
balance of the agenda, which is now 1 through
11.
11, is our motion?
We have one, I think.
We already did.
I'm sorry.
It's a-
We do
Tammy
have
did.
a motion.
No, we don't. We basically had a,
No, we don't.
we had a, if I may,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, thank you.
We had a motion, though.
We had a motion by Patton, but before there could be a second, there was discussion, and
No.
then the motion to
Kress remove
remove was
that.
made. It preceded that, so we need a support to,
What's that? I seconded
He-
the,
Yeah, Chris, trust,
Yeah, we
on
had,
the original motion?
we
Yes.
did.
the agenda.
Because
Okay.
trustee Matuzak's motion was to amend a existing motion, so that's why we have the existing motion, or the main motion.
Okay, well, then we're back to the main motion, so now we must vote on the main motion that was made to remove the item
No,
from
to
the
approve the
agenda.
agenda.
To approve the agenda, we've
Yeah,
already
we can
removed
just
that
approve
extra
it.
item.
Yeah.
Well, you voted to amend the first, see, what I was trying to
Oh.
get at is the initial motion that was made by Patton, if that was supported, that was to approve the agenda.
Yeah, so it's two-way.
So at that point in time, there was then a motion made by Ms. Matusik, which was in order to amend that motion and to instead have the matter removed. That was supported by Mr. Keys. There was a vote on that, so that was successful. So we now have before you the amended original motion to approve the agenda, amended to remove item 12, which should be another vote by the board.
so moved.
We don't need it.
We don't need it.
We need
have a
another
motion.
vote.
We need
have a-
another
yeah,
vote.
and a
Supported.
second.
We're
So-
now voting
It's
on
not a
approving
big
the amended
deal.
motion.
All we're
Go
doing
ahead.
is voting on 1 through 11. Come on,
No,
All right,
roll call.
trustee Patton,
Yes.
trustee Kress,
No.
On the agenda?
Yes.
trustee
Well,
Matuzak,
you removed my item.
Yes.
Your
Trustee
item didn't come
Keys?
to us until this
Trustee
afternoon.
Keys?
9:30 this morning, I
Did you
Oh,
guys-
9:30 on the day of
We are
a
in the
meeting?
middle of a
I'm sorry,
motion.
Mrs. Meltzer,
Please,
continue.
can we, yes, thank you. Trustee Keys.
Yes.
Supervisor Cannon,
Yes,
treasurer Gilliam,
Yes.
clerk Meltzer, yes, motion passes.
thank you. The consent agenda, is there a motion?
So moved.
Support.
Roll call, please.
All right, that was trustee Patton.
Yes.
Trustee Matuzak,
Yes.
trustee Keys.
Yes.
Supervisor Cannon.
Yes,
Trustee Kress,
yes.
treasurer Gilliam,
Yes.
clerk Meltzer, yes, motion passes.
thank you. Item 2, Family Court Awareness Month Proclamation.
So moved.
Support.
Roll call.
Is there anybody here that wants to speak to that, Mr. Cannon?
I'm looking out there, nobody put their hand up.
Okay, very good. Trustee Keys,
Yes.
trustee Patton,
Yes.
trustee Matuzak,
Yes.
supervisor Cannon,
Yes,
trustee Kress,
Yes.
treasurer Gilliam,
Yes.
Clerk Melcher, yes, motion passes.
Thank you. Item 3, adopt resolution recognizing October as Red Ribbon National Substance Abuse Prevention Month.
I make a motion for approval.
Support.
Does someone want to speak to that? Roll call, please.
Trustee Patton?
Yes.
Trustee Matuzak?
Yes.
Trustee Keys?
Yes.
Supervisor Cannon?
Yes.
Trustee Kress?
Yes.
Treasurer Gilliam?
Yes.
Clerk Melcher, yes, motion passes.
Thank you. And item 4, public hearing, the resolution adjusting special assessment lighting districts.
Oh, yeah. Dear honorable board members, attached, please find the annual resolution adjusting special assessment lighting districts for review and adoption by the township board. I have also enclosed a certification to be signed by the township clerk following the board agenda. For your additional information, I have attached a spreadsheet indicating the various district names, totals, and spreadable amounts. If you have any questions regarding this matter, please do not hesitate to contact me. Respectfully submitted, Beth Schwartz, Assistant Assessor. Make a motion to approve.
Well, hold on, it's a public hearing.
Oh, we have to keep it open till the end of the night?
Well, no, we just have to see if there's members of the public who want to speak.
Anyone in the public, anybody want to speak to it? Anyone at home, Kim?
Oh, you know what? Hang on. Maybe.
Being a public hearing,
Yes, sir. It's not working for some reason.
Mr. Cannon?
yes.
I will say that I earlier today called about this because I didn't really understand special assessment lighting districts and what that meant.
Well, you're new to Clinton Township because
Right,
in my
I-
comments, you guys have all kinds of lights.
So I asked about this, and I mean, it's the process, I'm going to restate it just so I make sure I understand it. It's the process where if a developer comes in, they add streetlights to their plan, and then that is considered a special assessment. Detroit Edison says how much it costs to run those lights, and then we allocate that based on all the parcels within a development every year.
Yes.
Can I speak to that, Mr. Cannon? You're
Yes.
pretty much exactly right, Ms. Matuzak. It's a different statute than we use, for example, on the roads and on the sanitary sewer and water, but it's basically the same idea. And we're at the phase now, it's a little shorter process than the other statute that we use on the roads and on the sewers and so on. But we're at the public hearing phase, and then following that, I was going to ask Ms. Meltzer, did he present a resolution for adoption?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Okay, so then you'll vote, you'll move to close the public hearing, and then we'll vote to adopt the resolution as presented.
Can we do that all in one motion, or is that too?
Well, you theoretically could, but you're really supposed to do it in two.
Okay. I'll make a motion to close public public
The
comment.
public hearing.
Public hearing.
I
Thank you.
support.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Clerk Melcher, yes. Trustee Patton?
Yes.
Trustee Matuzak?
Yes.
Trustee Keys?
Yes.
Supervisor Cannon?
Yes.
Trustee Kress?
Yes.
Treasurer Gilliam?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Mr. Dolan, are we good?
That
The
closes the
annual
public hearing,
resolution.
now you vote to adopt the resolution.
I make a motion to adopt the annual
I'll second that.
resolution.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Patton?
Yes.
Clerk Melcher, yes. Trustee Matuzak?
Yes.
Trustee Keys?
Yes.
Supervisor Cannon?
Yes.
Trustee Kress?
Yes.
Treasurer Gilliam?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item 5 and 6 have been deleted.
Sorry.
Item 7, request approval of dog park amenity for a tree.
This is for the Joy Park Playground equipment.
No.
Nope, nope.
No.
Nope.
Sequoia tree.
The dog park sequoia tree.
Why is it not in here?
The senior group is going to take care of this tree that's going to be planted, that's very difficult to grow. They plan to do it. If it grows, wonderful. If it doesn't grow, it doesn't take any township time or expense. That's the
True.
bottom line.
That's right.
I make a motion of support.
Well,
Support.
Either way.
either way, I don't care.
Yeah.
Mr. Keys made the motion.
Who supported it?
Trustee
I
Patton.
did.
Mrs. Patton?
Do you want the letter?
I got it. Yeah.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Keys?
Yes.
Trustee Patton?
Yes.
Trustee Matuzak?
Yes.
Supervisor Cannon?
Yes.
Trustee Kress?
Yes.
Treasurer Gilliam?
Yes.
Clerk Wenzel, yes, motion passes.
Thank you. And item 8, agreement with Care House for CDBG funding.
I make a motion for approval.
Support.
Thank you. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee
Are we going
Patton?
for a
Yes.
record tonight?
Trustee Matuzak?
Yes.
Trustee Keys?
Yes.
Supervisor Cannon?
Yes.
Trustee Kress?
Yes.
Treasurer Gilliam?
Yes.
Clerk Wenzel, yes, motion passes.
Thank you. Item 9, agreement with Turning Point for, again, CDBG funding.
I
So
make a
moved.
motion for support. What is this?
Well, these are all good things for the
Support.
community.
Right, and we've
Things that
discussed
we
them
always
all
do,
before.
but this is something we have to do publicly. Mrs. Meltzer?
Clerk Meltzer, yes. Trustee Patton?
Yes.
Trustee Matuzak?
Yes.
Trustee Keys?
Yes.
Supervisor Cannon?
Yes.
Trustee Kress?
Yes.
Treasurer Gilliam?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. And item 10, agreement with Hearts for Homes, again, for CDBG funding.
So moved.
Support.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Patton?
Yes.
Trustee Matuzak?
Yes.
Trustee Keys?
Yes.
Supervisor Cannon?
Yes.
Trustee Kress?
Yes.
Treasurer Gilliam?
Yes.
Clerk Meltzer, yes, motion passes.
Thank you. Item 11, request approval for Chippewa Valley High School band boosters to place signs on the Civic Center grounds.
So moved.
Support.
Now, you got to be careful where you put them.
Okay. So my name is Jeremy Sadam. I'm the band booster president at Chippewa Valley High School. We've been having our annual craft show the last 30 years. We're a nonprofit. We support the arts. There's been quite a few questions and comments on the Facebook Clinton Township website pages over the last weekend, asking if this event was still going on. We did reach out to the senior center to see if we could put a simple yard sign at the entrance. And they emphatically said, yes, please do. However, being good neighbors, we did reach out to code enforcement, and we were notified that there couldn't be any of these signs on township property. So what we were requesting was just 2 simple yard signs that would be removed on November 9th, just reminding the citizens of the craft show. And that's it.
Thank you. It's all good for the community. I'd recommend approval.
Thank you.
We have a motion and a second.
Mr. Cannon, I would
Yes.
just be remiss in saying if my wife has not been looking forward to this craft show, her and her mom, I think, are signed up to be vendors or something like that. They're all excited to sell these wreaths. So I've been hearing a lot about it.
Then you can't vote on this.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Roll call, right, he can vote.
Yeah.
Roll call, please.
I-
Clerk Meltzer, yes. Trustee Patton?
Yes.
Trustee Matuzak?
Yes.
Trustee Keys?
Yes.
Supervisor Cannon?
Yes.
Trustee Kress?
Yes.
Treasurer Gilliam?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Do we have any public comments? Thank you. Paul?
All right, how's everybody doing? Thank you very much for letting me speak. My name is Paul Schorsch, 38057 Moravian Drive, Ultra Mega Precinct Delegate, Precinct 23 from the Real Republican Party. I'd like to ask any of you at the September 30th board meeting, there was a lot of people here, so many people, they were concerned about their voting record. Has any of you guys got your voting record concerned about it being altered? Nobody. That's not important to you guys. Is this election important to you guys? You're running for our superintendent.
Need you to direct your comments to the
Yeah.
chair.
Only to me.
Okay. And nobody bothered to get your voting record, all right? Obviously, it doesn't matter to you guys what's going on here, but it will soon, believe me. Another question is, why isn't there any signs on Moravian truck weight limit? We got a new bridge there, fairly new bridge. What is it, any weight goes on there? Teresa and Brian asked me to ask you guys, gravel trains are pounding down Moravian, accidents like in front of your son's house just this week. numerous accidents. The road is pounded to death. And look, we got a nice bridge, and there's not even a sign, no weight limit. It's unlimited weight limit, right? All right, so that bridge that's what it is. Moravian's unlimited. That's why the road is so bad, and that's why there's so many accidents. I want you guys to think about this. You know, there should be a sign on there. You know, weight limit signs. Normally, there is weight limit signs on bridges. All right? Now, I'll tell you guys, stuff is going to start happening after this election, and I got to tell you, I don't think it's going to be good. So, but thank you for letting me
Thank
speak.
you. I hope you're wrong,
So,
obviously.
I hope so, too.
have enough happen.
The second, Mr. Sam Bushell.
Sam Bushel, 18546 Wayland Drive. I got two things that I wanted to talk about. One was the ITC condemnation of 85.27 acres of private property that at the September 30th, when you had, the back walls were open, this place was full, and you guys voted to postpone acting on it until this meeting, specifically. And now it's not on the meeting. That's, and, we know for sure some of you, this is your last meeting, and that's pretty bad. The other thing is.
It's not the last meeting for anyone here.
Oh, good, okay. And then on top of that, the other thing, I'm very sad that the proposed naming of the inclusive playground was taken off the agenda tonight. I think the fact that it was going to be, the proposal was to name it after the young man who was killed at the goo explosion. The goo property that was there, it never came before you. It should have in a local business property. You've never explained how it was that they were given a certificate of occupancy by your superstar employees without coming to the board, which is required in that B2B business district at all. And in fact, it's got, they still haven't gotten to taking out the big gas tank in the back, which isn't legal even with your approval. And I think that it would have been a wonderful name, understanding the fact that this kid was killed by lack of board action to protect the citizens of the township. And it would be, I salute Trustee Kress for bringing this up. It's too bad that the board, there again, doesn't even want to look at it. Sorry.
Thank you. A motion to adjourn is in order?
Is there any other, wait, is there anybody else?
No.
'Cause
I've
some
got
folks-
I did the
No,
public
he's got
comment
the
cards.
Okay,
comments.
I'm sorry.
So
Motion to-
moved.
Is there a second? Support by Ms. Matusek. Roll call, please.
Trustee Patton?
Yes.
Trustee Matuzak?
Yes.
Trustee Keys?
Yes.
Supervisor Cannon?
Yes.
Trustee Kress?
Yes.
Treasurer Gilliam?
Yes.
Clerk Melcher, yes, motion passed.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned.